Hi guys, my name is Tina and I'm gonna teach you how to do all of this. Okay, so first we're gonna prep our skin before we even put on any makeup. I'm gonna start off with this Kiehl's toner made out of Calendula herbal extract. This is a non-alcohol based toner, which I'm really happy about, just because, you know, alcohol, it's really rough on the skin, it dries out your skin. It's not good to use every day. I don't have nice pores. I have very not nice pores, so that's why I have to do this. Now we're gonna use another Kiehl's product, actually, a daily reviving concentrate. It's a little oily, so we're just gonna put a few drops in our hand, pat, and then pat onto the skin. So both of these products are super floral, extremely fragrant, but not in an overwhelming way, because the smell is gonna go away in a little bit. The final product before we start touching makeup is gonna be, at least for me, a dark spot corrector, also by Kiehl's. I have a few dark spots on my face from, you know, acne scars and just, you know, touching my skin when it's irritated, which you should not do. Do not scratch when you're irritated. So I'm just gonna put some on my nose scar and my acne scar. And I'm just gonna pat those in and wait for that to dry a little bit. So I've prepped my skin. I'm sure all of you have different ways that you prep and prime your skin before you put makeup on. Some of you might be lucky enough that you don't have to prep or prime your skin. Funny enough, I actually don't use a primer at all. I kind of just do this and then I start putting my makeup on immediately. I don't prime my skin, I don't put any kind of foundation on, I kind of just go. The most that I do is really around my eye area, because you can see I have these crazy bags. So I think it's okay to start color correcting around our eyes. So what I do first is I usually do color correcting under my eyes, and then I do my eyebrows just to let this part dry a little bit, because you don't want to like blink or sneeze and then all your makeup comes off. And, so I'm going to bring up my mirror. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you guys, but I'm just going to do a few dots. The color corrector that I'm using is from Sephora. It's a Sephora brand. And I really like it just because, you know, it's a color corrector, so you don't really see it, you know. You see the effects of it, but you don't really see the color of it. I have Bright Future color corrector number 3. So it's like a pink kind of rose. So I'm just gonna pat this in with my finger. I'm very lazy when it comes to makeup sometimes, so that I don't like using a different brush for every single kind of, like, you know, technique. A lot of the times I just use my finger. But now I'm gonna do one of my favorite parts of doing makeup actually is doing my eyebrows. So I just picked up this Wunderbrow that people are raving about, or at least the internet is raving about. It came with this nifty little, it looks like a mascara wand, honestly, you know, a nifty little wand. I usually apply it to this angled brush that I got from e.l.f. like many years ago. I've been told to start from the arch out. I don't follow that because I want to get a consistent line on the bottom. So I kind of just start from where I want my eyebrow to start and just go woo, hoping that the line is, yeah, matches my arch pretty well. And while the Wunderbrow liquid is still wet, that's when you want to kind of comb it out so it's not too heavy. So as you can tell from earlier, there was like that solid line, and then I started brushing it out, and now it's kind of, the line is faded a little bit onto my actual eyebrow lashes. Eyebrows. They're not eyebrow lashes. Eyebrows. I'm gonna do that one more time just because my eyebrows are really thin, but I'm gonna do it on the top. The top line, at least how I like doing it, doesn't have to be as thick necessarily. The bottom line should always be thicker. You don't want your brow to kind of get lost. Just gonna comb it. I'm gonna start on the right just to make sure that they're kind of even. You don't want this part to be as dark as the rest of it. It'll look like a giant rectangle, or as my friend Pamela says, giant caterpillars. So we're gonna finish concealing. I actually just bought this from Sephora also, NARS Medium Radiant Cream Concealer. I'm just gonna, like I did with the color corrector, I'm just gonna pat it here and here And then I've seen people do that beautiful little line under their eyebrow, so I'm going to try to do that too. With the line under my eyebrows, because that line is so thin and I don't want to mess up my eyebrows after spending like however many minutes on it, I'm going to use a brush that I don't have out right now. So I'm just going to take this tiny brush, tiny brush. It's actually it's supposed to be a concealer brush, but it's a travel size one. For me, at least, I can go without this step. So with my under eye, I actually use my finger again, and I pat it in, and then the excess, because there's always excess, right? And I don't like wasting makeup. I just put it on my eyelid, especially since I use a lot of light colors on my actual eyelid. It makes the colors pop. So yeah, I'm a lot lighter. As you can see, it's a lot lighter around my eyes. I want to be a little bit lighter around my eyes because I have those crazy dark circles. So now we're going to actually get started on the eye makeup. The palette that I'm going to be using is a palette I've had for a while. I got it from my sister-in-law. It's the Urban Decay Vice palette. The colors in this palette are crazy. So we're going to be primarily using the lighter and more neutral shades. So this kind of like creamy eggshell type called Anonymous, this gray called Desperation, and the black over here called Black Market. The brush that I'm going to be using is actually one that came with this palette. As you can see, I've had this palette for a while and I had to tape the brush because it's been falling apart. Alright, so this is just going to go on our eyelid, and if you have little eyelids like me, it's not going to take you that long. You know, my best friend Kathleen used to tell me you need to tap off the excess. You need to tap off the excess. I don't do that. Now we're going to be doing I don't even know what this part is called. I just know how to do it. So let's call it the outer V. We're going to do the outer V first in the Desperation in that gray color. So I have this brush. I got it with like a Clinique palette a long time ago. So this is going to be the outermost color on our lid. So I'm going to try to do it on the screen. But try to follow your eyebrow line. Hopefully your eyebrows are better done than mine, so it's a better roadmap. Oh, that's dark. Oh my god. It's gonna be a dramatic makeup day, that's for sure. Because it's the outermost part of the makeup, unless you want to go a little bit more dramatic and use, you know, this whole area, it can be a little bit dark on the outside because you're gonna blend it out anyway. So we're gonna take the other end of the brush that we just used, the fluffy side, and we're just gonna blend it just because this needs major blending. So like I said, blending, I kind of go in like concentric small circular motions. Okay. We can always go back and fix that. That's the beauty of makeup. You can always go back and fix it, unless you're in a time crunch. Alright, and this is actually my favorite brush to use. Oh my god, the number wore off. I've had it for so long. It's a MAC brush. I'm pretty sure it's for eyeshadow. It's a kind of like a narrow tip one. But I'm going to use this one in the Black Market shade. And then this is going to be, we can call this part our inner V. Blend the light color to this kind of gray. I know, it's silly. We're using the darkest color of the three to blend between the lightest and the middle shade. When I do this inner V, I don't go all the way in like I did with the outer V, just because when we do blend it, it's gonna look kind of weird if you have just like a random dark line in separating, unless you're trying to do a cut crease. I don't know if you can see it already, but there is kind of like this natural like line between where this light color is and where this gray is, so that's what we're gonna kind of follow. So I made a mistake on this one. I did what I said I wasn't gonna do, and I went all the way in because I forgot what step we were on. So do as I say, but not as I do. So go back to the first brush we used, the first tip that we used, and the light color, and just kind of pat over it and pray that it kind of looks the same as the other side before you mess it up. But anyway, I do this, I add the light color at the end anyway, even though we added it directly onto the eyelid first thing that we did, just because it makes everything look a little lighter, a little cleaner. Speaking of eyeliner, I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. It's one of the best ones on the market if you like the precision, you know, the stickiness is not the right word, the longevity of, you know, eyeliner. So I'm going to do a cat eye as I normally do. So the hard part with creases and eyeliners is making sure that when your eyes are open all the way, your liner doesn't look like it's getting destroyed by your crease. It might be easier if I just show you on my actual eye. So I start out going in, So like we did with the eyeshadow, just pretend there's this like invisible line. If it gets caught in that crease, it's gonna look a little distorted. Oh Lord. Let's see. So as you can see, I try to keep my liner as far away from my crease as possible. The creases on both of my eyes are not equal, so I know that the crease on this eye is a lot smaller than the crease on this eye. So I'm gonna do my other line now, but I'm gonna use my mirror because I feel like I can't see anything when I'm looking directly at the screen. Before we do mascara, I'm gonna just line my bottom lashes with that gray color because I don't want it to be too dark and dramatic. Try to keep the eyeshadow on or a little below where my lash line is. So I'm gonna do mascara now. I recently won this mascara in a Her Campus Fordham giveaway. I like this one particularly because the brush is super nice. Brushes are everything. So I'm gonna show you how much this does for my itty bitty eyelashes. With some self-love, some self-care, and a lot of poetry, I have learned that, you know, you are the way you are for a reason. Okay, so, sorry to get a little deep on you, but this mascara does really work wonders. So, with the bottom lashes, I don't have to do much because they're, you know, they're bottom lashes. Alright, we're done with our eyes. This is the last leg of this makeup tutorial, I promise. So what we're gonna do now is contour. I bought this e.l.f. contouring kit for, I think it was $4. So I'm gonna take my little spongy thing, and I'm just gonna kind of follow my cheekbones that my grandma gave me that are kind of being hidden by these chubby cheeks. Okie dokie. So like I said, I'm not too high maintenance when it comes to contouring. You know, I know people do this part, which actually it really does help. That's that. As far as contouring goes, like I said, very, very low-key contouring. Next, I'm going to do some blush. I'm using the Tarte. It was the birthday gift this year. Sorry if you guys were waiting for it to be a surprise. It is shade Paaarty with 3 A's. So I'm going to use my Sephora brush. I'm going to use the blush part, this part. Your cheek, where your cheekbones are. My favorite step when it comes to face products is highlighter. I'm using the Becca highlighter in Opal. Where I put my highlighter is directly above my blush. See, you could, I don't even have to like move it, it's shimmering already. So like I said, from the highest part of your cheekbone out. The nice thing about this Becca highlighter is that it's so pigmented, it lasts. You have to set it a little bit, but it lasts virtually the whole day. A little bit under the nose, a little bit on top of your cupid's bow. That's what this is called, in case you didn't know, your cupid's bow. So I'm going to use one of my favorite shades from Anastasia called Sepia. So it's kind of this like, in the tube it looks purplish-y. When I put it on myself, it's more gray. What works for me is starting with my cupid's bow because that is the fattest part of my lip. So I kind of just like line it a little bit. One more step that I actually don't do every day because I forget about it, but setting spray or setting powder, it's cute, it's little, and it's really fresh. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of that. Oh, don't spray it while you're talking. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it to the end. Thank you for sticking with it. I really appreciate it. I hope you like this look. I hope it works for some of you. I hope you guys, some of you make a look like this that fits your face and fits your personal style. I could go out like this today and do my errands and be totally comfortable. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making and messing up, but it was a fun ride, and for like the 5th time, thank you guys again for watching.